Hello, crafty friends. This is Leah Lawson, and I'm thrilled to be on the Greeteries YouTube channel today, showcasing this adorable shortbread shapes shaker card. So this is the spring edition, and to start, we need that scalloped die from the Shortbread Shapes Scalloped Hearts die set, and we are going to cut it 3 times. We're going to cut it twice from cream cardstock, which is what I'm lining up here right now. I'm just taping it down with a little bit of low tack tape so that the die doesn't shift on me when it runs through my machine. We will also need it cut once from clear acetate. So after you're done die cutting, or after you're done doing the initial die cutting, you should have 3 pieces, 2 from cream and 1 from acetate. Now we need to take one of the cream layers and cut all of those fun scalloped hearts out of it. Now you'll notice that I taped all of those dies together the very first time that I created one of my shaker cards. And I have left it on the packaging like this. Now, if you need one of the individual hearts by itself to do some die cutting, they're really easy to remove. And then you can put it right back in its place. So every single time that you want to create a fun shaker card like this with the Shortbread Shapes die set, you're ready to go. You don't have to do the taping over and over again because it can be a little bit timely. So I have just aligned that with one of the cream layers of the scalloped outline, and then I'm just gently taking it apart so that all of my all of my dies stayed taped together. And now you have the window piece for the shaker element that we inevitably build together. But first, we need to give these elements some details with the 3D embossing folder. So I'm starting out with the full solid scalloped circle, and I'm just aligning it inside of the 3D embossing folder, just making sure that I'm getting it relatively lined up because we do have the shaker window to keep in mind. So I'm using the little outline lines to really verify that I have it lined up well. And then once I feel good about the lineup, I'm just running it through my Platinum 6. Now I use Platform A, and then the embossing folder with the paper in it, and then Platform D for my 3D embossing. And that seems to work best with my Platinum 6 that I used for this. So when all is said and done, you have this beautiful beginning piece of our pie with so much lovely detail. Now we need to do the same thing with the shaker window, with that outline window that we created. This one sometimes is a little trickier to line up, but just take your time. Don't rush the process. I've never tried adding a little bit of tape into the embossing folder, but if you're having a hard time, if it's being stubborn, you could always try a little bit of low tack tape holding it in place. I'm just not sure if it would make a mark on the embossing or not. Something I should probably try out. But once you get it nice and aligned, run that piece through just the same way that you did the first one. Whatever the sandwich is for 3D embossing for your die cut machine, just use that because you know your machine best. And then when all is said and done, you now have a lovely top layer for the shaker card. So before we start creating the shaker element, I just want to add a little bit of interest to both pieces. So for the inside of the shaker, which is the more solid piece, I'm just coming in with a nice really light shade of pink. This happens to be strawberry ink. You can do any color you want. I just liked the subtleness of how light this strawberry was, just to really help bring out the details in the embossing that's on those cute little heart-shaped pie pieces. So I'm a firm believer in less is more. So the great thing about ink blending is you can always start light and add more as needed, but you can never take it away. So I like to use a big brush and a light hand for adding ink blending to elements like this. Now we're going to come in with a very nice light shade of brown ink. And this is just going to give that top layer kind of that like fresh out of the oven golden brown filling that you might see on an actual pie that you bake. So, and we're just going to add that ink blending here and there. It doesn't have to be perfect because when you think about a pie coming out of the oven, it's not perfectly even golden brown. It kind of is here and there on that top layer of crust. So that is what I'm going here, or excuse me, that's what I'm going for here with this ink blending. And I think it just adds a nice little added touch to the shaker when all is said and done. So now we're going to start assembling our shaker element. So the first thing we need to do is glue that top piece that has the heart-shaped openings to the piece of clear acetate that we die cut with the solid die. I am using a little bit of liquid glue to adhere my pieces together. This is my preferred method, but you could also use double-sided tape. You could try using a tape runner. There's lots of ways that you can adhere acetate to your shaker window element. I just have found that liquid glue gives me a little bit of time to align the acetate piece and really kind of wiggle it and shimmy it into place. And the great thing about liquid glue is if a little bit seeps out underneath your die cut piece, it will dry clear. So no one will ever know. And I'm a firm believer that this is handmade, not Hallmark. So if there are minor little imperfections here and there, that will be okay. So with the shaker window assembled, now it's time to add some foam tape so we can actually create our shaker element. I have found with these thinner foam strips that if you completely remove the release paper, they actually bend to your will a little bit better. So I am just taking that thin foam tape and I am just scalloping it along that top edge. I don't feel the need to put the foam tape down into the actual pie pieces because I want the shaker elements to shake freely within the whole pie. So I am just using the outer edge. Now, the reason why we're doing this video is because a couple of releases ago, I created one that was more of a Valentine's Day themed shaker element. Now on that card, I did do a double layer, and you'll see that card here at the end of the video. We're going to compare them and talk about them a little bit. So I'm keeping this shaker a little bit more lower profile and going with a single layer of foam tape. If you want to make your shaker mix shake a little bit easier, you can go ahead and add a second layer of foam tape. So with all of the elements basically ready to be put together, I am now adding some shaker mix to the middle of the solid piece. So I started with some of my favorite glitter. It's just a glitter mix of Prisma and Chunky Prisma glitter. I put that down first. And then I'm adding this cute little flower shaker mix. Now, Betsy has a really lovely floral shaker mix in her shop that I don't have. That would be a great thing to put into this shaker element if you do happen to have it. I just didn't, so I found something similar in my stash to give you an idea of what that really fun shaker mix would look like. And I'm just kind of spreading it out evenly while keeping it within the confines of that shaker element because we don't want any of it to intersect with the foam tape so that we get a nice good seal on our foam tape. Now I'm just finding the best place to layer the hearts up. Sometimes I feel like they look a little bit better if you just do a little flip. You kind of find the right heart opening for the window. So I felt good with that little flip there, and now I'm just pressing down the foam tape so I get a nice good seal. And as you can see, the shaker mix it flows free in there in our cute little heart-shaped shortbread pie shaker. Now, of course, if you wanted to shake a little bit more freely than that, just do 2 layers of foam tape rather than 1. So let's go ahead and create a sentiment. This is the new Simple Spring Mini Sentiments. I think I got that right. I wanted this to be a spring card, so I grabbed that cute little Happy Spring sentiment set, and we're just going to ink it up in a beautiful bright shade of red. We've got some red floral elements inside of the shaker element, and then when you see the finishing touch on this, we have some beautiful red die cut flowers from some of the new botanical dyes that are going to be adding to this card as well. So I thought a punchy, lovely red sentiment would be perfect for this card. So I am grabbing one of those fantastic banner dies from this, I think this is called Sentiment Sweet die set from the Greetery. And I am just lining that up. Now you'll notice I'm aligning it a little to the right-hand side of the banner. And that's because we're going to trim a little bit of the left-hand side and kind of tuck it behind the floral elements that we're going to add to our card front. So here are some extra pieces. I did cut a bow from the same Shortbread Shapes die set. That's just from some pink glitter. And then I assembled these cute flowers. This is the Bigger Botanicals Jacob's Ladder floral set. And you'll see I just die cut the elements from some green cardstock, red cardstock, and some ivory glitter for the middles, and just went ahead and assembled just like the photo shows on the back of the packaging. So we're trimming down that banner sentiment, and now I'm just trying to arrange the flowers so that they kind of cover where the little banner ends. I want it to look like it's tucked into the flowers in the same way that I tucked it into the strawberries on the more Valentine's Day themed version of this card. Just going to add a little bit of foam tape to the right edge of the sentiment, and then we'll glue it into place on the left edge, and that is just so that it kind of tucks a little bit easier underneath that flower element. So I'm pretty much putting this right in the center of the pie, and I'm using the little lines on the pie pieces as a guideline. It makes it super easy to center. And then we're just going to go ahead and adhere these cute little flowers in place just as I had kind of preview assembled them. So the great thing is you can still kind of tuck the flowers underneath the little die cut pie pieces because I didn't put so much liquid glue, so it allowed me to still kind of tuck here and there. And then our final little touch is adding the bow to that beautiful bouquet of Jacob's Ladder flowers. And that is our happy spring version of the shortbread shaker. Now here is a look at the original shaker that I created that prompted this video. This is the strawberry shaker that was made more around the Valentine's Day time. So as you'll notice, I did 2 layers on the strawberry shaker, so it's a little bit higher profile. So I wanted to show you both options here. You can do the thicker card, and you can also turn it into a shaped card. And all you do to make a shaped card is just use that shaped die on a pre-folded card base. And then I kept this one as is because this one can be used as a tag or a gift package topper, or you can add it to the front of a 5x7 card with the rest of that embossing folder. Well, that's everything I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed watching this sweet little shaker card come to life. All of the goodies that you need to create these cards are over in the Greetery online shop, and I can't wait to see your version. Be sure to like, subscribe, do all of the fun things so you don't miss out on any future videos. And if you don't happen to be following me, you can find me everywhere at Leah Lawson Creates. I would love to be friends on social media, and I have accounts on both Instagram, YouTube, and also on Facebook. Well, that's everything I have for you. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting.